Alright everybody, what's up? It's Z98 bringing you another installment of Skyrim, news and updates. Um, yeah, I'm sorry, I just made this video, my sister came in and it kind of interrupted it. I'm starting over, so, because I lost my train of thought. I'm going to start with the ugly button. In Oblivion, the random button always kind of made your characters look just atrociously ugly. It was just ridiculous. I mean, the only way to get a character remotely good looking was to just create it yourself. Everything else just turned them into like these monsters of ugliness, things that you would look for under your bed when you were a child. Um, they are working on this in Skyrim. They, in an interview with Todd Howard, he actually recalled the random button. He said that everybody in the Bethesda studio kind of makes fun of it and calls it the ugly button. I mean, that is a very good word for this button. It's just terrible. They said that they are working on this. They're trying to make it to where it matches faces up better, facial reconstructions, to where you don't get an atrociously ugly character. You'll just get somewhat okay looking. That way, if you're just in a hurry to jump into Skyrim because you're so excited, you don't want to waste time making your character, you can just hit random. It'll give you an alright looking guy and you can play. But you know what? Making your own character is part of this game. It's part of the role playing. You get to decide what you look like, who you are. And they're adding scars in, so you can actually put scars onto your body. It is confirmed that they are also having beards, so you know if you want to have some Santa Claus, some scratchy grayish white beard that runs down to your belly button, then you can do that. I mean, that's what you can do. They definitely will be having scars. That is also confirmed. I mean, I don't know where the scars will be. I don't know if you'll be able to. I'm thinking it's on your face because the armor they've changed, the cuirasses and the basically the chest plate and the leg plates, the greaves, they are combined now. You can't. They're just together. I don't know if they're doing clothes the same way. I don't know if the clothes shirt and the clothes pants are together to make it to where you can't run around without a shirt on. Definitely with armor. You cannot run around without an armor chest plate on if you have armor greaves on. I know lots of people like making videos where they're running around with no shirt on. I don't just you can't do it unless you're wearing pants. Maybe the shirt's separate. I'm not sure on that. They haven't released about clothing, just the armor. I want to get into being a prisoner. Being a prisoner in the Elder Scrolls games, you always start off as a prisoner. Go find me an Elder Scrolls game that you don't start off a prisoner. You won't find one because I know there is not one. Now, Bethesda says that this became like a tradition for the Elder Scrolls. I mean, you're always a prisoner. If you remember in Morrowind, you're up on that ship. I mean, you're in the ship and it starts off with a prisoner talking to you, and that's when you set up your class and stuff right there. And then you get off the ship and you enter the world of Morrowind. Oblivion, you're in the jail cell in the Imperial City. The really annoying dark elf dude sitting across the way, just talking crap about you, and jokes on him when the guards come into your cell and you get to leave and he gets to sit there and lay there, and then you get to kill him later on the Dark Brotherhood. But yeah, we're not going to go into that. But you're always a prisoner. Todd Howard actually said that this is a tradition, and it's kind of plays into the role-playing game. You get to be who you want, however you want to be. So if you want to be the good guy, you start off and you're in this prison, or being executed, or on a prison boat for transportation, and you're like, I shouldn't be here. I'm a good guy. They got the wrong guy. Or if you're a really evil guy, you're like, yeah, I just killed a ton of people, like that entire town. That's why I'm in here. They can't hold me for much longer though, because I'm getting out. Stuff like that. It's just, you get to decide why you're in jail. You get to put your mind to work and make your own reasons for it. So I'm going to skip over to companions. Now, in Oblivion, there were some companions. There wasn't a lot. I mean, I never really used them. The only companion I really ever had, unfortunately, was the Adoring Fan, which you get from beating the arena grand champion. He's not much of a companion, really. He's just more fun to put up on high places and kill. I mean, that's just what everybody did with him. If you check YouTube, you can see him all over the place. Deep Roaring Fan, top 10 ways to kill him, funniest ways to kill him. Just everybody destroyed him. But anyways, the game is saying that they are going to have a lot of companions. That's all they said. There's not a fixed number on it. They just said they want to have a lot of companions. Now, downside to this is the companions will be somewhat generic. They won't have much of a background story to them or opinions like that. They'll just be generic, I'm going to go help you fight. But there will be some that have deep personalities that are like main people, main companions. They'll have their inputs, their opinions. They'll be just like you, basically. They'll be just other people, that you can bring with you that actually aren't just some PC or computer fighting with you. They'll have stories to them. But I also want to get into changing. I don't have a transformation would be a better word. Transformations. In Morrowind, there was I think it was the Blood Hunt quest where you could become a werewolf. If I got the name wrong, please leave me a comment and tell me what it was. I know it was Blood something, like Blood Hunt or Blood Pack or something like that. I'm not sure. But you could change into a werewolf. You could be a werewolf. And you could wreak havoc as a savage beast. And there was also, I think, part of that quest was defending a town from werewolves. I'm not completely sure. It's been a long time since I played Morrowind. And in Oblivion, there was the vampires. You could become a vampire. There was the Vampire Cure quest, where you could find the cure to being a vampire. There's the DLC. There's a Deep Scorn Hollow, or something like that, where it's actually built. It's like this DLC just built around for specifically vampire people. It's a very helpful DLC if you're a vampire. Look into it if you have Oblivion and you're a vampire kind of person. There's a cell where you can find someone that's always asleep. It's like a prisoner. He never wakes up. You can just feed off him. There's actually the cure is within this DLC. It's just like this fountain thing, and it'll cure you. There's also a kind of like a church chapel you can pray to, but it's for evil, demonic sources, kind of. And you can pray to the evil gods and stuff like that. So you can also send dark minions out and kill for you. That's just part of the whole vampire deal. You could become a vampire in Oblivion. They were saying in Skyrim, Todd Howard and some of the producers were saying that they love the idea of being to transform into, say, werewolves or vampires. But this game has a lot in it. They're not sure if they can make room for that, but they are definitely trying. They said that they are currently working on it. They're trying to set it up to where they want to make sure if it does work, it runs smoothly, it makes sense, nothing is just left unopened for their readers or players, They want it to be smoothly ran. So I'm looking forward to looking into that. I'm hoping they do, because I loved being a werewolf in a Morrowind. It was fun, it was exciting. I wasn't big into being a vampire, although, but that's life. I want to move to perks. They are bringing perks into the Elder Scrolls. So if you played Bethesda's games, Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas, the perks are going to be running somewhat like that. As far as I can tell, every other level you level up, you can unlock a perk. Now, the perks aren't going to be exactly like Fallout 3. Like, when you level up, there's just a little list of what they do and stuff. They're going to be towards your weapons, towards your sword, towards your axe, towards your shield. There's going to be, like, constellations in the sky, and the constellations are going to, like, make the shield. And each little dot of the constellation, or a star, will be a perk. And it's like a perk tree, kind of, but a perk constellation. And you can pick whichever one you want, and then from there you just work around the constellation until it's been completed. Or say you got 2 on the shield, you want to switch, and you want to get some perks for your sword, so you get your perks for your sword. So there is actually so far 2 confirmed perks that I could find. One's for the shield. It slows down time when you block. So say you go to block, and right here it just slows the movement of everything around you. The guy attacking you slows down, so maybe you can dodge around, strike him, or you can make sure it's lined up on your shield to take the blow on your shield, and not say this shoulder here. But there's a mace perk that ignores armor. So, it's a good one to have if you work with maces, blunt weapons. I'm more into sharp-edged swords and bows, daggers, stuff like that. But it'll ignore people's armor when you attack. There are currently, I say currently because this number could drop, it could go up. The game is still in progression. They can take stuff out, they can add stuff. So there is currently 280 perks. Yeah, 208. That's quite a bit of perks. I mean, say you get to level 50, right? And all of your stats, you're just the person that levels everything out. You want everything to level up with each other. So spells, swords, blunts, they're all equal at 100, maxed out. Everything's maxed out. What are you gonna do? I mean, you can actually now keep playing because as you get perks, it's changing the game. It's changing the way things go. You can make a perk that actually makes your sword, even though it's maxed out at 100, stronger than your maxed out blunt weapons because you have that perk for it. You can also just start over, and the game will completely be different. Quests will be different. The Radiant story is meant to run without the player actually noticing it's running. So you can play this game 2 times in a row, like play it through, and then decide to start over and play it through again, and it will not match up. It will not be the same. The only thing that'll be anything the same are very important quests, like the main quest. That is set in stone. There is some Radiant story to it, but most of it's set in stone because you have to have that. It's a main quest. I also, let's see what else I got to talk to you guys about. Let's see, that's pretty much it. I want to give a shout out to someone who commented on one of my first Skyrim videos. Let me just pull up my YouTube on my phone here so I can read you guys this. It's from the Philosopher's Abyss. He's been doing information on games, as far as I can tell from his channel. He has a couple on Skyrim where I actually got some of my information from, and since I pulled some of my information from him, I actually made sure and I confirmed it with interviews before I am telling you guys it. But since I did kind of get some ideas from him, I want to give him a shout out on here. He has commented. He said this. As corny as this may sound, the thing I'm looking forward to the most is crafting in jobs. The only thing I'm concerned about is the targeting system. It will probably be fine, but I know that there's one thing that can make a game frustrating. But it probably will be fine. My only question is, what platform are you getting Skyrim on? I'm getting it on PC myself. Well, I basically answered him saying, I play on Xbox 360. There's only really one reason why I do this. It's not because I think it's better than the PC or the PS3, because I've never played it on the PC or the PS3, so I'm not going to sit here and compare them. The only reason I play on Xbox 360 is I just happen to have an Xbox 360, so that is what I play on. And as far as targeting, they've actually said that targeting in third person is being fixed. I mean, in Oblivion, it was horrible. The camera would view in weird ways while you're in tight areas, and they said that they have fixed it, and they are currently still working on it, and it has improved. First person in Oblivion was fine to me. Skyrim said that it's still pretty good. So targeting should work out pretty smoothly, in my opinion. He also, I just wanted to let him know about the crafting. I did a earlier video, if he checks those out. I have talked about crafting. I've given you as much information as they've actually given so far. They've only really confirmed blacksmithing and tweaking weapons, but that's all. They just said they want to make it to where in blacksmithing you can put your own touches to your weapons. That's all they really said. They're not going into it more than that. They've said something about wood cutting, wood mills, so I'm assuming you could probably go chop down trees, but that's my assumption. It has not been confirmed, and I do not want to give you my assumptions. I want to be giving you confirmed information. So I only have 30 seconds, so as in my other videos, I will be doing a midnight receival of the game broadcast. I will be updating it when I get home, and then I will be doing an opening of the game, unboxing of Skyrim. This will be 11/10/11 at midnight, 11/11/11 in the morning, I guess you could also say. So tune into that. I will be giving about a 15 or 20 minute intro into the game. I will not be showing the beginning or any of the main story. I do not want to be the spoiler. So please comment, subscribe. This is Z90A out.